Okay, so we are live on YouTube as well. Let me share my screen.
तो खाली हैंग कर दूंगा ना शर्ट तो उसको.
If anybody wants to discuss, you can raise your hands in this. Let me open my other laptop for YouTube comments if somebody wants to discuss. Hi, Daniel, from here. Let me add all of you. Hi, guys, from YouTube. So tomorrow is going to be really, really interesting in the market. Okay. So we have ES. So today I'm going to talk about only 3 tickers: ES, NASDAQ, SPY, or QQQ, any of them. But we will see what exactly can be expected from Fed or FOMC and what can be done here. So as of now, FOMC or Fed, you want to call that, FOMC is putting in about $90 billion. Second, ECB is also doing $90 billion. I'm going to lock this meeting pretty soon. Now, what's happening here is, since the announcement, when we had this rejection right from this area, let me clean this up. Right from this 4779 area, since we got rejected, we have almost tested 4260. Okay, and we came down to 4212 and then we bounced back. Now you see there is a dark black line here. This is the last time when we had the similar kind of setup for the breakout. We had that inverted head and shoulders, and after that we made the all-time highs. We had similar correction 4550 all the way 4260, but this time we break down between all the channels. Let me just people who are not able to join, let me give you 2 more minutes and then I'll lock this meeting and we can continue our discussion. Anybody who wants to speak, you can raise your hand here on the chat and I'll take your questions and allow you to share your views. In between, let me see. Hi, Honor. Good evening. Hi, Daniel. Shop. Daniel, today I'm mostly on index. I want to, because tomorrow anything can happen. I'll not be going through the stocks. I'll mostly on index tonight, just to see, because in this market, trading stocks is really, really hard. I'm about to lock this market. Anybody who is missing can actually join YouTube, because otherwise we'll keep on getting. So I'm letting this person add Srini and let me lock this meeting. Okay. Now, the 2 important factors tomorrow is, let me use my pen. Number 1 is inflation, which is as of now high. Second one is economic growth. Okay, which is sluggish. Fed is right in between. They have been hawkish, and they are going to do the tapering by March of 2022. So that $120 billion is not going to come after, I think, 15th of March, like 14th of April. That will be the end of tapering. And then they are going to hike the interest rates because they want to control the inflation. But as of now, none of this has happened. And market has priced in some of it, but not fully. Tomorrow, if Jerome Powell gets a feel about economic growth, that he do not want to lead the market or economy into recession, he might turn his back and may say, we are going for 3 hikes and unwinding. Or he can say the unwinding is maybe for the next year. 4 hikes and unwinding is calling for trouble for the market. Why I'm saying so? He did exactly the same thing in 2018. If you look at the 5-year chart, this is same thing he did. And if you see, let me just expand it. Right there. In September, the market made all-time highs. Come on. So hard to expand it like this. Let me go to weeklies. That will be better. I don't have 5-year weekly. Right there. He did exactly the same. So on September 17th, we were at that time all-time high, made 29.47, and we came down all the way to 23.16. That's about 15% correction in S&P, and that's like in 2019. And then he announced some growth and support, and then market just ran and ran and ran and ran. Exactly same thing is happening here on the weekly. He might turn up at a later point, but if I go by the same level, right, it went down from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, approximately 10 candles, so 10 weeks. And here we only have just 1, 2, 3. So tomorrow, if he simply say that yes, he understands that economy needs to be boosted, and he's going to have like they have thoughts about 2 hikes or 3 hikes, not more than 3, market will definitely give the thumbs up. If the minutes comes out and he says there's going to be possibility of the 4th hike, or there's going to be unwinding with a specific $1.6 million number, then in that case, it can turn really, really ugly for the market. Market has, because we went from right here all the way in straight line. Market has very thick support in between 3,400 to 4,100. Very, very thick support, like thin support. Let me also add one volume profile. I'm only talking about ES. And ES is primarily made of Amazon, Apple, Microsoft. Like they have the higher percentages. Now on the, if we lose this 4092, that's the volume shelf right there. This is another volume shelf where we have 41.88. It almost came there, 42.12, and bounced. If we lose this, it's going to be really, really difficult for market to come back for next couple of weeks. So it's better to wait and understand what he means. Listen to his conference. You might try to jump onto options, and it could be really, really multifold returns if something comes out. Otherwise, it will vanish in just a matter of seconds. So if you want to play strangle, you can still lose money because market can go up and come back by the moment you try to book. So be careful while going into this market, because if this is going to be the direction, it will continue for a couple of days. And one more observation which I have found, that every time Powell speaks and the market reacts in a positive manner, next couple of days market gives back all the gains and goes lower. If the market reacts in the negative manner, next couple of days market goes up, cover those losses and come back green. This is my observation, but you may have your own, but I wanted to share that. So my thought process is still, it's going to be a make or break day for market. Tomorrow is January 26th. 26th has been unlucky number across the globe. If you try to find it, there are many tsunamis, earthquake, which only come on date 26. This is again my theory. I have couple, like I had accident on June 26th as well, so it keeps on my mind. So 26, something is going to happen big. The only thing is the direction. Microsoft results today came, it went down, and then they gave the guidance. Now guidance is there, all the positives about Microsoft were there, but even then Microsoft gave back from 299, it came around to 91. So let's see how the market reacts tomorrow morning, and based on that, have patience. If you have really, really itch to trade, try to do some paper trade so as to keep your adrenaline in control. It's better to wait and find the right direction and ride it than jumping upfront and then getting tensed, panicked, make wrong decision, lose, and as and when you exit out of your trade, that trade move. Manage your position size for tomorrow very, very precisely. Take what you can lose. You need to define what you can lose, and nobody can do that. Nobody like can define they can lose 10 lots, 1 lot, 3 lot, 1,010. You have to define, and based on that, you need to take that into account before jumping into any of these. So based on this, let's go and evaluate the levels for tomorrow. So if right now we are making an inside day on ES 4328, this is the line, the dark line. This is the close and open of the last candles which we have here, and this came in almost close on the closing basis, and then we jumped right from it. Now a day before today, I mean yesterday, we came all the way down, we jumped and we managed to close about 23.6. Right now we are struggling, if you can see it clearly, we are struggling to hold on to this regression line. If we break out above this regression line, we have almost about 100 points rally to 44.58 and to 44.95. That will be there if we break out above this line. If we lose below 4328, 4260 will not even stop it. It will come down to 4188 and maybe 4090. 4188 maybe one resistance. It could be like a flush if that news, he's saying that yes, he's going ahead and do a hike in March. If he says that there's no hike in March, there's a thumbs up in the market. So there are many ifs and buts in the decision. No hike, but unwinding, hike and unwinding, hike, maybe in April, not in March. So all those permutation combination, keep 4328, 4328. That is the number. If you are staying above it, you can test this number, which is the 12 EMA and the Fibonacci of 4458. Let me remove the volume shelf profile. Four four nine five 4458. This is the number. If we lose 4528, we are going to have if we lose 4328, we will have support at 426, 4188. Okay. If we break 4212, that's again like more than 100 points from here. So it's not like 1 minute flush. You will just need to keep this number in mind. If market is holding this, that can give you a relief rally towards 44.95. If market loses this, you can test all these levels. So 200, and the last one is 4090. And market can go in either direction. I would be a fool to claim that yes, it's going to bounce or it's going to go down. It totally depends on the Fed outcome. So anybody who wants to have their views on this, please come forward and we can talk about that. You have the option to raise your hand here, and then I'll open up the mic and you can talk. Hello.
How long can it take if it starts flushing? How long can it take to get to that 4090? Because what I'm thinking is if I can sell puts there, it might be okay to take delivery too, but in terms of time estimate, what time do you think it can take? How many days it can take to get there? Because
if you go by the current market trend, it will not take more than 1 day.
Oh, really? Okay. That's a big move because it's like 6, 7 or something percent from today's close.
We were down to today, even we were down almost 3%.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
And we came back green. So market averaging in the last couple of days is very, very big.
Okay.
Almost 100, 200 points. So right now we are plus 11 points. Roughly 43, 47, 48 is our closing. Okay. If we go down to 42.60, that's about 2%. If we go up to 45.20 or 44.58, that's also about 2%. So 2% in this volatility can be easily handled or addressed by the market. So, but there are two more events with what you call Fed. After Fed is done, there's going to be Apple.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Thursday.
if somehow Fed pushes the market down, for example, and then Apple lifts it up, you'll get screwed again if you have overnight positions for next 2 days. If Fed gives a thumbs up, Tesla breaks it down or Apple breaks it down, again market will starting to lose the momentum, and they will start panicking because these were the two best performers.
Right.
So it's going to be very, very difficult. So I will not recommend anybody selling puts. I would say trade with butterflies or trade with spreads if you really want to trade.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that your risk exposure is pretty minimum and you will have a better risk reward. Because right now the volatility is really, really high. And as soon as the implied volatility comes down, the same option which you had 2 hours back will cut down to almost 60, 70% once the Fed news.
Right. No, what I meant was trying to sell puts, not to buy puts. I'm not going to buy premium.
That's what I'm saying. Market. If market goes down and you try to sell puts, you could actually bombard your account with negatives. If market goes down 100 points and you have sold puts, it will simply wipe out your account in a matter of few minutes.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So selling puts is or doing these calls which you sell, they are there when you do not expect that kind of market where there is less volatility. In such a volatile market, I would never recommend anybody to do that. Just remember, yesterday market closed on high, and today we opened gap down 2.5%.
Right. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
So wait for that market where you have consolidation, then sell calls and puts. That's worthy. Not in this market.
Yeah.
Hi guys. That's good, Chris. Hi, Chris. So anyone else who wants to have their views on index? I have shared, let me just post the link on the chat if somebody wants to ask questions. All right, if nobody has, let's move on to NQ, because recently people are talking about NQ. Okay, let me remove. There are many Fibonacci's here. Let me hide it for the moment. Cancel. Yeah. So these were previous Fibonacci's. I don't think we even need this. So you see right here, and this regression channel is like 2.5 years old. It's not new. We got rejected from this level. We broke this regression channel. We consolidated here. We lost this, which was 161 Fibonacci. And keep in mind where exactly we are breaking down. We lost the channel. We lost the Fibonacci. We came down and we lost the last regression channel line. And since then, we are just going down, 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 down. We came all the way 13,679, which is 38.2% Fibonacci. We bounced to 50. We bounced above 61, and we are holding above 61. 14,001 to 1 is your number. In ES, we had 4328. That was not a clean Fibonacci. But in ES, in NQ, 14, 1, 2, 1. That is your number. If you sustain it, you are going to hit 14,900 in next couple of days if market supports. If you lose this, you're coming down here. This number is the make or break value for all the tech related companies. 14,1 to 1, you are going above almost 700 points. There's no stopping. You will not even like find any resistance whatsoever. If you break it down, you will not find any support. There's a minimum support at 13,900, but that's about it. You're gonna come back and 13,679. So anybody who does NQ, keep this in mind. 14,1 to 1. I will update these numbers into my sheet right now. Let me close this. So let me create a copy for this, because we are only doing for indexes. Or if we have time, we can discuss about other stocks. So right now, I'm just giving neutral for ES and NQ. Let me add 2 more rows. Yes, Mr. Deshpande.
Yeah, real quick. The last 2 days, the market overnight, like the futures volume has been very low, and both days we saw this huge.
There was no low volume in futures. There was humongous volume in futures.
Last 2 days?
Yes, humongous.
Oh,
Point
okay.
is, you have not you have not seen that volume because you do not observe it. In NQ future, Have you yourself checked it, or you?
No, I have not checked. Somebody told me that. That's why I was
That look at this volume.
okay.
It was huge, and if you break it down into 30 minutes, even let me just show you right here. Usually in ES, the volume by now is around 20,000. It's 108,000.
Okay, and it's green right now. So does it have any meaning or?
Just forget about that for now. NQ
Uh-huh.
usually is about 10, 12,000. It's 72,000. So people who are
Mhm.
telling you do not go by somebody's hearsay, come and check the facts.
Mm. Mhm.
People lose 90% of the time because somebody said so.
Yeah. Where do you check the MQ volume?
Here you have to go to your index. Like in my watch list, I have index watch list, which I've
Okay.
created.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can go and check it. Its volume 72,000. It's humongous. It's not small volume. So in case of this was by above 14,150, 14,200 range. Target first 14,436. 14,834. Let me check 891. That's the 12 EMA. I am a little bit inclined on the positive because of the shortfall in the market. Now I'm going to say positive here. There's no neutral tomorrow. It's only going to be positive or it's going to be short. Sell below 14,100 or 14,000. I will say 14,000 to 14,000. Target will be 13,900 and 13,679. 40%. So there's a 40% on the short side. I'm just saying this because I'm expecting that he do not want to derail the economy. But again, it's a bias. It's not a trade. Hello? Yes.
Hi, Naval. This is Mihir. I go by username MP. Thank you so much for what you do for us. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
You see me posting for the last couple of days, and as you can notice, I've been a little positive on the market, and I want to kind of share my thought process behind why am I positive. So tomorrow, Jake, so maybe a different aspect. You may like it, you may not, but I just wanted to share so I can express my.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I was thinking is, Powell. So the reason market fell in January is, I mean, there is no reason, right? The fear.
There is reason. There's ample reason for market to fall down.
Okay. But when it fell, there was no news or anything. It started just falling.
No, we discussed about this fall around mid of December, that market is going to go down substantially. We discussed the only thing which I could not did was to leverage this fall. I had short positions, but I did not have the courage to hold my short positions.
Actually, I was on a same track like you were, but I was thinking maybe it would go down a little later after the news would come out. But market started doing it beforehand, right? So people already priced in 4 hikes. into this fall, and that's why the severe fall that
The
happened.
hike was not a problem at all. Hike is always helped, or hike always is done in a strong economy. That's always a positive. With some initial jittery, hike was done. The problem was all about unwinding of the bonds and the stoppage of European Central Bank, because then both the taps which were running money for the stock market, they're getting stopped. And
Right.
if they hike, it that's the reason bonds yield went up. It was not because of the interest rate.
But if
Bond
you look
yields
at
were like about 4% when there was zero interest.
right, but if you look at last later part of the last week, you would see like the yield actually went down by a
That's what
couple
I'm
of days.
saying. It has nothing to do with the interest rates. It is all do with unwinding.
Okay, so this is what I was thinking,
Mhm.
and that could be me only. So we already have like all the unwinding and the rate hike priced
No,
in.
no, 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 no. Unwinding is still not priced in. Unwinding is expected to be done later. What is the dollar value of it? No idea.
I see. So the other thing that came to my mind is, you know,
Mhm.
how the international tension and the development is happening with Russia invading Ukraine.
Mhm.
Maybe that could be an excuse for Powell to kind of push out the interest rate and unwinding. And the reason behind that I'm saying is we have a midterm election this year. So federal government, democratic government, they wanted to kind of come back into the power, and they might instruct Powell not to do it just because they don't want to send the wrong perception into the market, because people are already kind of
Have you seen Biden's statement yesterday?
yes, I have, but
So
I mean,
what was that a wrong statement? He said he is not interested in the stock market.
hmm. Okay, that was my thought process behind why I was a little bullish.
That's fine. See, being bullish is not at all an issue. But when you are doing some checks on your data, make
Hmm.
sure you check all the sides of it. Yesterday, Biden itself said he's not worried about the stock market. That gives a thumbs up to Powell to do whatever he wants. On the contrary, Trump used to push back Powell to provide support,
Hmm.
help the market. Biden did not. And as the moment Biden said, the market fell down, and then the tensions. Ukraine minister has said that there are no tensions, but Biden is saying that there are tensions. And
Okay, so yeah, I
so the
understand your point of view too.
political issue can deteriorate this market to maybe 10% more.
Hmm.
So that can any day happen. But right now, the goal for Powell is to control the inflation, which is getting out of hands. Second thing, he got a thumb up from Biden that yes, the market you need to manage. I don't care about it. What I care about is the economy and the inflation. So the growth in economy will be a concern for Powell, because we are also getting higher unemployment numbers, less house sales. It also shows the sluggishness in the economy. So, with that perspective, he might say, we are not doing with 4 hikes, we are doing 3 hikes. At this moment, 4 hikes are priced in.
Hmm.
If he suggests there could be 3 hikes, market will give thumbs up and market will just go on to 45, 4600, maybe all-time highs before taking, because market is beaten down so much that it can jump really, really hard. But if he suggests that yes, the hikes are still there, but they're going to do $1.6 trillion unwinding by the end of this year, that will not be taken positive by the market.
And if I may add one more thing to it is, you this afternoon you were discussing this with someone else regarding dollar value. So dollar value is already very strong. So if he goes with 4 hikes, it is only going to make it stronger. Just going back to your point, maybe there would be headwinds for the economy to kind of sustain.
Possibility, yes, 100% possibility. But
So that is, yeah.
But thinking about that, it will have an election issue. No, just don't go into that direction. But yes, the fact you said about the dollar, strong dollar, yes, it's going to be really hard for the country to come back from that, because dollar is the strongest currency and it should not be. And most of the what you call business for big businesses in America is outside as well. So if dollar is strong, they are losing substantial revenue.
Exactly, because we are more international companies here in America than any other
Yes,
country.
yes.
So I just wanted to, thanks for hearing me out. I just wanted to kind of show you my side of the
No,
story.
it's always good to have a discussion, have a different perspective.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll be keep posting my point of view on the channels too.
Sure,
going
sure,
forward.
sure.
Thank you.
No problems. So let me complete this 432 4260 4188. So I'm again, my bias is a little bit on positive side, 60 because I'm expecting him to say a little better for the economic growth. If it doesn't, he doesn't. It's his choice. Because as I showed you in 2018, Trump had the same stage and Powell did not help him. At that moment, Trump was even against Powell. This time, Powell is getting support. So let's see what it does for the economy. So, are you interested to go through SPY or QQQ as well? Because I usually do not do SPY. Anybody is interested? It's not QQQ, it's NQ. Bruno, it's NQ. I logged the Zoom meeting. Let me open up. Because problem with that is all the people come in and it's difficult for me to control. It's open. Let me go to in any case, nobody can speak. Yeah. So meeting, JK meeting is open now if you want to join. Now we have SPY plus people trade SPY. So let me put in the SPY levels as well. SPY is also making inside day like ES. And let me check on NQ. All NQ is almost double inside day because the range is so big. I'm not even considering the inside days, but they're massive. Like NQ needs to break down about 14,600 or go below 13,700. That's a huge range if somebody wants to try, but it's not recommended. SPY similar to exact ES 429. Yes, check it.
Hey, Naval. So I saw your part where you mentioned that in 2018, it lasted for about 9-10 weeks, right?
Yes.
So similarly, over here, this time it was a little different compared to 2018, but I think it started in mid-November.
No, he started in September.
Yeah, it started in September, but I mean, mostly if you look at it, it was a rollover correction. They started buying energy and they still kept the indexes up. But
No, because
stocks fell down.
I made huge money in that month, so I know it properly.
So if you look at the chart for QQQ,
I'll show you by dates right there. I remember because it's my birthday month as well.
No, not in 2018, Naval. I'm talking about this year in 2021. It started about in 15th November, somewhere there for QQQ and SPY. SPX was a little different chart because it was energy and other values getting bought, but other things were getting sold. So it wasn't making new highs. It was right in that
No. See, market went up. If you look at, let me open.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is it's kind of 8-9 weeks if you consider from 15 November somewhere there.
Okay, let me go to Finviz. I think Finviz has year to date.
Yes.
Or we want that. We want 1 day. So practically 3 months.
Yes. I mean, 1.5 month would be ideal. 9 weeks is 2 months. Yeah. From November 15. So 3 months we can look at it. It's fine.
Okay, look at this 3-month data. In 3 months, Apple is still up 7.5%.
Yeah.
All the other stocks are down.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at the percentage of oil and gas which you're talking. XM, Chevron. Look at their total component size, all these companies against Apple. They're lesser than that. So even if these were going up, they did not have substantial impact on the index.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was trying to say, that all this started back to like 8, 9, 10 weeks. So if you consider the same tape as 2018, it lasted 10 weeks. I mean, we are about there, like 10 weeks. That's what I was trying to say.
Possible.
Yeah.
I understand you're rational, and that's also possible.
Yes.
I'll not deny that. But the problem with this is that we did not made all-time highs in those 9 weeks. Here we did, and not once, but
Yeah,
almost
because
10
like I
times.
said, it was different kind of rollover correction, because you see the energy in all like 21% in 3 months, where you see the other techs and other some stuff are down 7, 8, 15%. So
That's what I
index,
showed you, that even if
yeah,
those were up in last 3 months, their component size,
yes. I know it's just Apple is the giant, thing there.
see, if you compare that with Apple,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Apple's 7% gain was much more than all these companies gain.
But I think they were considering Apple as a kind of value. That's why they didn't beat them down. That's my belief is.
Main thing was Berkshire,
Yeah.
which was up because Amazon is like a really, really bad company.
I know, man. I'm stuck in Amazon right now. Yeah.
But yes, tech was beaten down from that moment.
Yeah.
I
So
totally agree.
if you look at the QQQ, then you'll definitely get that 9, 10 weeks.
But it
Idea.
doesn't show me in the
No, you'll see in itself in a chart, right? That it didn't make new highs, but it was
previous
at a lot
high.
of candles in weekly.
No, I'm just looking at S&P 500. It doesn't
Okay.
give me what you call Nasdaq. No, Nasdaq, I don't get Nasdaq. Anyways, I got your point. So
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
tech point of view, yes, that's what I said. 14-1 to 1, we can move to if I go to NQ, almost 800 points. 14,885, we can easily go there, but we need to hold this 14-1 to 1 for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Why it is important? First of all, it is a 61.8 Fibonacci level. It is really, really important. Second thing, if we lose 61, will not stay at 50. Last time we just tested 50, we bounced. This time we're going to break 50 because 50 provides the support, but it's not a strong support.
Got it. Okay.
That's why I am open to listen to him before making any judgment. I'm not rushing into trade. I'm going to wait and see what he says, because whatever he says, that is going to have a meaningful impact for next couple of days. How the market reacts in next 1 hour is irrelevant, but after reading and after analyzing what he is saying in the conference call is going to be really, really important.
Yeah, we're gonna see some jitters around 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Big spikes and stuff. So
yes, the only trade which I have in mind is if market is going positive or consolidation, I'll pick up IBM on the fall. If IBM goes down, I'll pick it up.
okay.
That's my trade.
It's proven. Okay.
Yes, because even in this market, it was 7% up.
Right. Yeah. And how about Microsoft? I mean, it kind of proved it came back all the way to 299, and then after future started dipping, it dipped to 291, and then
Again, like everything will depend at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Even if market goes up, Microsoft can be the leading one because it has posted good numbers.
Yes.
But the option values for Microsoft will be much, much expensive as compared to IBM.
Oh yeah, that's a good
IBM will be
point.
cheaper, less risk, better reward in terms of percentage. Again, it's a choice.
Yeah, you're right.
IBM has done what it has not done in 1 decade. It should move. Okay, so let's come to SPY and add those levels. So SPY, the same thing. 430.8 is important level. If you want to consider 40, 31, 32, I would take that because that is the previous month in October where it kind of found the support 432, 433, which is roughly equivalent to 43, 32, 8. So 432 is your stop loss on the long side and is your stop loss on the short side as well. Buy above 434, 435.50. Now let me mention 61.8 Fib. Hello.
Hello, Naval.
Yes.
Long time listener, first time caller. Thanks for having me, and thanks for all the work you do.
Thank you. And who's that?
This is Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
No complaints. Just finished up the work, looking at your market. I had a question. It makes no sense to raise rates without starting the taper, correct?
Tapering is already started.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was just figuring if the rates are going to go up, it doesn't make sense to continue piling on to the deficit.
Yes, but the tapering was scheduled from January 15th. So January 15th month, you will have only 90 billion instead of 120 billion.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting day tomorrow. You talked about a lot of stuff. I just wanted to remind people. I was like, Biden says he doesn't care about the market. It's not his concern. But you already discussed that. It's not Trump, where it's like his whole presidency is reminding everybody.
And that's what is really important. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
people
Trump.
should understand that.
Yeah. And then I was just, dude, Microsoft was so wild. It also kind of reminded me, I was like, wow, this market's just kind of holding on. Like the slightest hint of bad news, it was like, okay, you're going to correct 15% or 5% right now. I was like, we're in one of those. But the CEO did get on his conference call, I guess. I just happened to be working.
No problems. But as of now, my thought process is do not look at the market before 2. When you look at the market, you will have something in you to force you to trade. If you don't avoid it, look at the market first time at 230, you will have much better thought process at that time because you're not thinking about what's going to happen. You're coming when everything has happened.
Yes.
And when you pick up a trade at that time, that will be a much better and effective trade.
Yes. And I would like to remind everybody, a lot of the first initial move on these FOC MC movies is kind of a fake out. The initial move, at least. But yeah. No, I just wanted to chime in, say hi, say thanks. You did cover a lot of the stuff, but before I roll home, go to bed, get a good night's sleep because I did not get that last night.
Good night then. Take care.
Yes. Yeah. Bye.
Okay. So I was done with my SPY. Yes, MP. Let me see if anybody.
Now, one thing I want to kind of add, it's 2:30 is the Powell conference. So maybe that is going to bring a lot of volatility. So you've been saying too. So
The
just.
is where the Fed minute comes. And then I said after the Fed conference, which is at 2:30.
Yes. Yeah, 2:30. So it's just going to bring some volatility.
Yes.
Okay.
Not some volatility. Tomorrow is going to be very volatile. Tomorrow is the date trade to play VIX if somebody wants to play on both sides. The strangle on the VIX, but the option for VIX will be really, really expensive already. Let me check. VXM is trading at 27 in the futures. Not this one. Let me just VIX. What's this? VAX. I have it in my watch list. Let me go there and pick it up.
I think VX is the future.
No, I'm just going into my watch list. I have here VIX. It's trading at 31, right? So we can have options for it. Where is it? Nice VIX. Yes, so 2nd February VIX options. 30 put is at $5. So people are expecting market to go down for sure. The theta is very, very limited. Implied volatility is humongous. 241. This can, like, even if market goes down, this may go to 7 maybe. Or 8. So there can be a trade here. You can play an iron condor here. Make much more better trade.
I mean, it would be smart wise not to do any trade. And
no, in case of VIX, because VIX is different.
Hmm.
This will be come down to 30, maybe 40% by the end of the day tomorrow.
I understand.
Okay.
I think one day I don't trade is this day.
I've been trading only one trade per day, keeping me alive. Okay, let me just focus. So in case of QQQ, also 61.8%, which is 344. If we are already in the downtrend, we are down from both the channels, from the left to right and from top to bottom. So we are actually really, really in a struggling zone. We need to recapture this area, which is around 355. That's about 10 points. So above 344 is your stop loss. Above 344, you will have 351, 361. You might come around 366 as well. So that's like 20 points. But the possibility is a possibility. So again, I'm only giving positive on short. And we'll talk about BA, we'll talk about Apple, we'll talk about Tesla and Microsoft. 4 tickers. And this damn Amazon. Let's not miss this. Okay, so QQQ 344 is your stop loss. Again, it's a 61 point Fibonacci, similar to what we had in NQ. Buy above 346, give some 2 points. Where is the close here? Open at 346. Yes, it was right. And on the target side, 351, 351.65, 361. That's positive. On the short sell below today's low, which is 341.68. 341, where is 341? 341.68, and target will be 338, 333, 338.5. 333, 326. Wait, I did not unmute you. Hubert, you can speak.
Hi, Naval.
Hi.
Hopefully we make it out alive tomorrow. Just wanted to chime in about your Microsoft ER play. You did say something in Telegram where you looked at the Microsoft flow, and I wasn't part of that. I was wondering if you can shed a little bit light on that for Tesla's ER today.
That I can do tomorrow, because then at that moment we'll have a clear picture of how the options are being sold. Usually
Okay.
what I do is, like, for example, I pick up Tesla. Okay. One way is to go to black box or any other option tool to pick it up. Second way is to look at option statistics and option times and sales. You will see all the calls here. The implied volatility in all of them is about 90%, which is high.
Mhm.
Then there is a PCR ratio, put above call, put by call ratio. So the number of calls are higher than number of puts.
Mm.
People are optimistic on this. Okay.
How do
Then
you tell if the calls are higher than puts, looking at that number?
put above call ratio. Number of puts above number of calls. Now the only difference here is that puts can be bought and puts can be sold as well. These are the open
Okay.
positions in the puts, and these are the open position in the calls. Usually when the position is open, I believe somebody has sold that from the market makers. That's why that position is open. If somebody is selling it, that means that position is closed. So a put by call ratio of 0.86 is, for me, positive. People will call it negative. There's different interpretations of it. Okay.
Okay.
Then I'll talk about this maybe tomorrow around the
Sure.
time. Then you can go here and look at the quantity where you can find more than 500. What's happening? Max. My screen's stuck for a moment. Okay. Now it's there. Number of options are so much large. Come on. It's damn, it's stuck. Number of options is really hard in Tesla.
Uh-oh.
So you see the highest number was 4,000 calls which were traded, and it was a spread. So there are four different, like, I don't know how many people have Blockbox or any other tool, but you can use the same information here, which is printed from the exchange. Anything in dark blue is a call, anything in the purple is a put, anything which is bought in black is bought at mid price, anything which is bought at red is bought at the buy price, the bid price, anything in green is bought at above the ask. You can have this condition here, that whether they are spreads or they are open. And then you can evaluate by picking up any of this where you can see all the puts, or it's going to take time now. Like, for example, you see which is the common call or put. You're finding March 950, March 900, 900. Go to analyze, come on, and let's go to the March 18, 900. So this was the call. Okay. Now you can do a chart on this and break it down into 15 minutes. And this is Tuesday to Wednesday. And if I go to analyze back and close this, open my, come on, not again. Look at the timestamp. It's at, but again, it's a spread. Look at 12:30. Go into the chart. Look at the 12:30 candle. This is 12, and this is 12:15, 12:30. So this is the candle where it has a hammer. The price was 112. It opened here, went to 112.75, came to 109, and the volume is about, I need to add the volume. And the volume is about 1962. There was about 2000 volume here. Now you need to further drill it down, bring it down to 1 minute. Look at 12:30 exact. What happened here? It opened right there at 112.56, 112.56, 112.56. The volume is this. Now compare the same and look at the price of the option. It just moved after that. It went from 112 all the way to 131. This shows that this position was bought. So this is something you need to try, and you can use reference as option time and sale, or you can start by looking into, where's my black box? Because I don't have that much time to analyze, so I use black box for this thing. First, you need to see, do we have any bullish flow on Tesla? No. Any bearish flow on Tesla? No. Most active calls for Tesla are there. And let's do that. Let's pick up 128, 950 calls. Only these calls. Look at them. Starting from 945. Look at the IV, 142, 140, 40, 40, 138. It remained throughout. So you did not lose any money in your options throughout the day. And
But this might be day trades, correct, Naval?
these are open as of now, because let's see 954. Again, guys, if anybody else has a different way of doing this, let me know. We can also learn that. These are 950 calls. Okay. Let me go and look at the chart. And let's interpret this. First thing came at 911 at 9:45. This is Tuesday, 9:45. This is the candle right here, 9:45, right there. This is 9:47, 9:40. The time was 9:45, right? So this is the candle with 163. This is 9:46. This is the candle 278. How many we have is 80. So out of 278, 80 came into a 248, because I cannot go down into further than 1 minute on these charts. So here it came, and then the price went down from 31, 32. So they were definitely added at that time, but it came down. Somebody bought at 951. This person bought and it went down. Somebody bought again, double the quantity. I think most likely it's the same because these are no new open positions. These are in white. So there was open interest already for them. So I'm not sure whether they were closed or it says above the ask, but after this transaction, the price went down again. So I'm not sure whether he held on to these positions. We need to calculate the number of positions or the volume after that. It's not there. That 950, you have another one here where the position was 286. Yes. These were also sold. I'm looking at right 950 calls. Yes. So they were sold also. Then at 950 again, there was 89. So 260 roughly. 260 calls are right there at 950 candle. Right there. 150. This is I cannot break it down for that. They're 286. Here the calls, why the prices are different? It's showing me, am I looking on the right day? Yeah, I'm not looking on the right day. I went down too much. Let me break down into 15 minutes and go then. 1 second. Let me add one more time frame. 1 day. Custom. Intraday for today. And 1 minute. This should be good. $9.50. This was $9.45. Where somebody actually added or short, I'm not sure, but these were the positions. It opened 32.74, closed at 29. There was no more volume catching this. So most likely these positions were held. Then we have new positions which are added right here. You see the big green volume and the price of the option going up from 31 to 36. The price goes up, it means the options were added. And then they were more added right there. Here they were sold, then added. Then you just need to compare in totality that what is happening to those prices. Again, there was a big sell. So if you divided this into 15 minutes, or maybe let's say 1 hour, and compare that what is happening to these calls in totality for today, that will give you a clear picture. Here you see a good sell, again a sell, but the volume here was massive. But again, it was a sell. You see the flag. The 1234 is again useful here. It's holding on to the 1234 EMA on the basis. Only one time it moved up, where it had this massive big candle. But every other time, the price did not went up. Compare it with the Tesla chart, you will have a clarity. We will do this exercise tomorrow just to have a better view on Tesla. All
Okay.
right. So,
Thank you, Naval.
no problems. So I'm pretty much done on my index. I just want to do a couple of tickers. BA, Apple, Amazon. I'm not doing any of them. It's too much for tomorrow's market. UPST, I gave everybody to add at around 70. It made 98 today. I don't know if anybody picked it up or not. And okay, so BA, I don't know what's going to happen with BA. My heart says it's going to break out. My mind says wait for 218. But BA is in this channel like for almost a year now. It's coming up, going down, coming up, going down, not able to sustain in this area. It's an inside day. If above 208, like if it holds 208 and goes above 211, I will only jump into BA after that. If 2874 will be my stop loss. If it opens above 211.49, only then I'm entering into BA. Otherwise, I'm not. Target is 222, 218.91, and 222.91. It may open flat. I would look for a better direction in BA. Anything goes below 204.60 is going to hit 190. I'll not be adding at 190. I'll be waiting then. Apple, again, it's earning thing, but I'm only sharing here for before earnings. It is making a M pattern similar to many charts you have seen now. If it doesn't bounce here, it's going to come down crashing to 145. So I am inclined to go before earnings if market is strong enough. 160, if it holds, it can test 167. If it loses 160, it's going to come down to 1, because the trend here is negative now. After a very long time, it's negative and double M. Right now, it's showing both the cases that it might come here and be sold off. So I'm going to still sell this in Apple, but I'm just increasing my range because market can be very volatile here. 167.32 is my stop loss. Sell in this range. Amazon, if market bounces, Amazon came, like people were not ready to accept that Amazon can come down from 3,700. Look here, it came all the way. It broke 2881, which was my last because I removed all those numbers, 2281, and since then 3,000 below 2281 right there. It went and tested almost 2,700. Tomorrow, if it goes and holds above 2765, if Amazon holds tomorrow 2765 with Microsoft result, this can really push. $28.41. Again, I'm giving a very big range. It's a choice if you want to pick it up or not. Because market is going to be very volatile. Target is 3006. 371. Microsoft, like when I was going short in Microsoft below 303.91, nobody expected it can come down to 280. Yesterday it did close right on this. I myself did not did. How would I say anybody else? Because I'm sticking to my one-day plan. But if it goes above 295.32, Microsoft, I'm just giving neutral. If it goes above 295.32, that's my 295.32 stop loss. Buy above 298.86 instead of. So I'm giving myself $10 buffer. If it holds above this, I look for 303 and 310. And I'm just giving neutral views on Tesla as well. Tesla needs to cross 999. 929 is the game in Tesla. If it holds 929, it's good. Buy above 950 because that's the huge open interest. If it holds 950, because of the open interest, it will hit 1000, 1024. If it loses 929, it will come down to 845, maybe 779. That's my take on Tesla. Again, everything is 60%. There's nothing which is super positive today or super negative. Anyone else has anything for me? Otherwise, I'm pretty much done. I'm going to post this. I'm not doing any tickers. So if you're expecting any tickers, no. Just because they have earnings tomorrow and already had earnings, I'm analyzing them. Otherwise, no. Yes, Mr. Curry, this is live. You can buy a straddle on VIX for sure. What's my start and end point on NQ? They go back to my Fibonacci. I have Fibonacci at 12,207 going up. This is to March of 2021. At 12,207. Anyone else? Hi, Mr. Deshpande.
No, just a question. You mentioned Telegram group. Do you have a link to join that group or
I
Telegram?
posted that on Twitter.
Oh, I did not see it.
It's a channel and there's like people who do not know there's a view discussion. So when you click here, you can go to the chat as well. So
No, wait. On Twitter, I saw on Twitter on your homepage. I could not see it. That's why I was asking.
it's not on my page. You need to go to the tweets.
Oh, tweets. Okay, okay.
How to add.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm posting this in the chat. YouTube.
In the
Telegram
oh,
channel.
in the Zoom chat or I'm
I'll
not.
post in the YouTube and Zoom both.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's all. That's all.
But again, this channel is not for alerts. It's just I discuss my viewpoints and I have everybody discuss theirs. There's no other thing here.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. Good night.